Hey, what's up everybody? It is Selly and we are back with another Project Neeli update. As usual, I've lost count as which one this is, like update 6 or 7, I think. Anyway, we are getting into the home stretch. Hopefully in the next video, we're gonna be bringing all this stuff online, but before we bring it online, we gotta get it installed. So let's check in with the boys and see how they've been doing here. You can see we've got this panel right here is actually gonna land right there, and that's going to have our HVAC controls in it, stereo controls, some remote battery switches. You can see our Seakeeper display. This guy we're going to talk about a little bit later for our Empire bus controls and why we selected that system to put that on there. If we take a look over here, everything's starting to get labeled and buttoned up. We've got our display in place. The other one's right there, ready to rip. We've got our NEMA tees, we've got our TD50, we've got all of our Volvo cabling in here because again, we have switched over manufacturers on this display. This boat had a single small Volvo display for the triple engines on here, and now going with the pair of the 9200 series displays as well as the 8612 on that side, they all had to be Volvo displays, so we make sure we can show all of that engine data as well. So we've got that going on, and then in here, guys, this is kind of a blank slate. I'm going to show you what's going in there momentarily once we hop out of this space. I wanted to just show you, we got things running here. We have our negative cables here and positive cables. Those are going to be our feed cables. The reason there are two of them, we have switched house power and 24-hour power, and that's going to be important for the Empire bus side of this because there are certain features we want to be able to control even without the battery switch being on. Obviously some of those things are going to be like the bilge pumps, but we're going to have a wake up feature and a sleep feature on this boat that automatically wakes things up, so we need to make sure we are feeding power to those things to be able to wake it up, because if the battery switch isn't on, we need to make sure of that. So that's what's going on there. Like I said, guys, we're going to talk about this here in a second as we make our way out of here. We start to look up. You can see we actually have wiring right here going over as well as going over right there. That is for the big solar panel bank that is feeding the house lithium bank on here. So we've got these really big solar panels like we talked about in the previous video, and that's going to be helping feed this. While the boat lives on a mooring, we can still be okay with having a draw on the non-switched or 24-hour power side and not worry about draining down our batteries on board the boat. So we've got that going on. We take a spin around the Helm here. We're getting everything brought together. We've got our SP8 switch panels right here. Those have labels coming. We haven't, we got to nail down exactly what's going to go there. We've got obviously our wipers, our Humphrey control, our spotlight, our joystick, our stereo control. So we've got all of that functionality going on. We've got our VHF. So we've got that all taken care of. While I'm here, guys, let's just show you guys everything that's going on to give you an idea of the scale of this. That is everything on just the Garmin network side of the house. So from our radar to our NSVs to our VHF to our AIS, our sat compass, surround view, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in the next video here. We did talk about this being the first boat that we're aware of that is getting a Garmin surround view system retrofitted to the boat, meaning the boat didn't leave the factory with it. We're coming in after the fact and doing that. That is not something that most shops are going to be able to tackle or even allowed to tackle, but we work very closely with Garmin and we are trying this out to see how it goes. So we've got that. We'll go in a little more detail in the next video about what all that entails. So now you guys talk about that open space. This right here is what's going to be filling that open space down below, down there. There's obviously that cabinet door with the battery switches and the HVAC controls. We're going to open that door up, and this is where you're going to see all of this. That is a lot of Lumishore controllers. You'll notice some of them actually have blue tape on them. Those are going to be going to the 24-hour power fuse panel. And then we have our switched panel right there. And then you can see here, we've got independent fused breakers, and those are going to feed our Connect 50s for each one of these on the Empire bus. And then the Empire bus will have flying leads that come out, and that's going to go to this DIN rail right here, which will then go out to all of our loads. So that's just mocked up right now on some wood. We're gonna go ahead and get that converted over to starboard, get that all mounted up, and get that all dressed up really nice and really clean. So we'll have that all taken care of, and it'll present really nice. You open that cabinet, you're going to see all of that. And that, guys, brings us down to here in the Seakeeper space. So you pardon me here. We're gonna go ahead and make our way down here. We have the ladder out, unfortunately, because of all the work we're doing. So John's been living in here, and guys, this is no small feat what we have going on here. And start off this module right here. That is the Garmin surround view. That's the brains. That's the whole brains of the operation for that. Below that, we have our on deck. You can see that kind of blue right there going across and down. That is our wire trough for our AC wires. So we've got that going on there. And then we take a look above it here, this black bundle, this is going down to all of our network switches. And again, we're keeping everything labeled on here so we know when we're looking at it what we are working with. So we do have our gateway, we're bringing things like our 8612, as well as the forward scan transducer. That's bringing those into the mix, spitting them out on BlueNet, and then we've got everything cascading down here. So again, good, easy access in this machinery space. And we come down here and we're referencing, again, guys, we have 24-hour unswitched power, and we have Helm electronics. And again, you're gonna see everything is nicely dressed and labeled. This is what the finished results are as we go. So we're gonna get the rest of this looking like it, but we've got everything here labeled so we know exactly what is going on. And then this big box right here, I'll go ahead and open this guy up here for us so you can see kind of without the glare what we are working with. You're going to see that this is our AC side. So now we have the AC controls for the Empire bus are happening in here behind the scenes, but we can manually override any of them right here. So we've got that flexibility baked into this. So there's been a lot of stuff going on, guys. This build is, like I said, it's in the home stretch. We're getting there. It's gonna be close. And we're looking forward to showing you guys this once it gets on the water and kind of putting it through its paces and showing you literally everything in the Garmin catalog and getting it all done up and showing it off. So we'll see you guys again real soon with another build update. If you have any questions or comments or are thinking about maybe a refit for your boat, maybe not to this level, maybe not an MJM, maybe you got a Sabre, Back Cove, Southport, whatever, hit us up. Let's get you guys on the schedule and get you guys taken care of and set up for success. We will see you guys again with another update real soon. Peace.